Howdy guys, welcome to this week's review of Real Housewives of Potomac. Woo! Gizelle is terrible. That's all I gotta say. Gizelle is terrible, but okay, unpopular opinion, I kind of have to admire the way that people can come at her and she can sit there and she could take it. Like Wendy gave it to her last episode. And she just sat there like it was nothing. She just sat there looking at Wendy like she's the one that's crazy. Like I said, even with the reunion, like Gizelle is one of those rare people that I feel like she can dish it and she can also take it. Her only somewhat, I wouldn't say her weakness, but the only person she really gives the time of day and really reacts to is Karen. You know, for some reason, Karen can kind of get under her skin. But none of the other ladies really faze her. And I guess maybe, okay, yes, in real life she would be dead ass wrong for how she was talking about Wendy. But compared to Gizelle's usual behavior, Gizelle was actually being somewhat, I wouldn't say she was being nice, but she wasn't being as messy because she could have ran with that rumor. She could have been like, yes, Eddie's cheating on her and da-da-da-da-da-da. She did qualify it by saying, I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true. So I guess in her eyes, she feels like she hasn't really done anything that wrong. And yeah, because when all the ladies, okay, so let me not jump ahead. So, obviously, the episode starts where it finished off last week with all the ladies. After Wendy sort of cussed them out, Wendy goes off. It's super awkward, and then they all decided to, just go to their separate houses, right? And so, Gizelle, Robyn, Mia, and Candiace are going over what happened, and of course, Wendy, Karen, and Ascala are going over what happened. And I feel like Gizelle said this without saying it because you can't break the fourth wall, but she's basically saying, if every little thing you're gonna go off, then maybe you can't be in this group. AKA, if you can't handle this little thing, right, you probably are not going to be great for the show. Like, if every little thing is going to set you off and you're going to lose your mind. Because on this show, they talk crap about each other. And Gizelle is the head crap talker, right? It's her job to kind of stir the mess. And people hate her for that. People love her for that. But in her eyes, and I feel like Robyn's eyes, I think Robyn was losing it a little bit. Well, she did have quite a bit much to drink. Robyn was funny. She's just talking to herself like, what is wrong with her? Why is she overreacting? And Robyn, you're being a little hypocritical because, you're being a lot of hypocritical because the first season, when Ashley wanted to have so much opinions about your relationship and what was going on, you freaked out on her. Now, granted, there was more to what was going on with Robyn, I believe, and Robyn and Juan than there is going on with Wendy and Eddie. But still, I understand that if you've been on the show for 6 seasons, you're kind of used to stuff like this. But they have to understand, this is Wendy's second season, right? She's new to all this stuff. So, of course, you talking about her relationship, you making implications that her husband is cheating on her, come on, that is a bit much, right? However, like I said before, unpopular opinion, Wendy is definitely giving us a show, for sure. So, good job, Wendy. I like Wendy. A lot of people don't like Wendy, and I don't have to like Wendy all the time to realize that she's a good character for the show. Some people, they feel like if they don't like somebody, then they can't be on the show. But part of you not liking them makes them good for the show, right? Because they're interesting characters, right? I don't like Wendy all the time. I notice her kind of change in behavior from this season well, from last season to this season and all that jazz, right? But she's a character and she is interesting to watch, right? But I don't know, unpopular opinion, I do feel like I don't know why she's doing so much with it. Like, on one level, I understand why you would be upset, and then on another level, it's not like Gizelle made it up, right? This came from the blogs, and this was actually, if you follow the Housewives, if you're into the gossip and the mess, you've heard about this. I want to say this was a major thing, but this was a big story. Now, considering the source, I don't think it's reliable, right? But this was out there, right? So they're not just making it up. So I just feel like it could have just been, Wendy could have just addressed it and be like, well, that blogger that put it out, I don't know what's wrong with them. They're a liar. This isn't true. And kind of move on. But, like, I don't know. The way she was kind of carrying on. And then after with Karen, she's crying and, and breaking down, like, Eddie's such a good husband. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like it was a little too much, considering if this was real life, it would be another thing. But I don't know. The Housewives I guess it's easier for me to talk crap, but the Housewives is not a new phenomenon, right? It's not a new thing. This is the 6th season of this show. Other Housewives have been on for 10, almost 15 seasons now. You kind of know how it goes, right? You have the bloggers, they talk their crap, and then the ladies bring what was talked about on the blogs onto the show, right? So I do feel like when Gizelle was like, if she's gonna act like that for every little thing, maybe she doesn't need to be a part of this group, aka because she can't break the fourth wall. She was saying, like, listen, if you can't handle us bringing up a little thing here and there, if you're gonna freak out and have a meltdown, then this environment is probably not gonna be good for you, right? And Gizelle's not gonna go easy on you, especially after the reunion she had. I mean, Monique bought a whole damn binder, right? And basically embarrassed her. So I guess in Gizelle's mind, like, look, I had to deal with it. Robyn had to deal with it. Candiace had to deal with, like, they all kind of had to deal with. Yeah, it is kind of a hazing, right? Ashley, every damn season she has to deal with it. They all kind of have to deal with it. And it's like, it's understandable for you to have a reaction. But for you to have a meltdown, I don't know. It's a little bit much. But whatever. It made an interesting moment. A scholar brought up a point about, Robyn. When Robyn is not with Gizelle, she's a totally different person. But when she's with Gizelle, it's something else. And I don't know, you hear people always talk about that, Gizelle and Robyn, they may be doing something a little bit extra on the side. And I don't know, watching them kind of go off to bed together. I'm interesting now. That would be an interesting storyline. Like, if they're gonna go there, let's go there. And I ship Gizelle and Robyn, right? If they wanna... No, I shouldn't do that. But if they want to come out, I'm here for that storyline. I'm here for it. So, what I do like, despite all the drama that happened the previous night, the ladies are still able to come together. And we're able to have fun moments. Like, that is so necessary in shows like these. I hate when it gets too heavy. Like, I know a lot of people probably like last season of Potomac, right? I'm not a fan of Monique, straight up. So if you guys are a fan of Monique, I don't know. You're probably gonna not like me because I'm glad she's gone. Because I don't know. To be honest, I didn't like Monique. I don't really find her interesting to watch or anything like that. But I do understand that she does represent, when you think of the Housewife franchise, Monique definitely represents that. But the drama and everything that happened last season, it was just a little too much. And I'm gonna be honest, I just feel like Monique, it wasn't the fight itself, even though I think Monique was dead ass wrong for that fight, right? She should have beat up Gizelle. But I could still understand that, okay, you know, you lose your temper, stuff happens. But what really effed things up is the way she acted after. She just kept lying, she kept changing a story. She was just very manipulative. And it's like, if she had just, you know, owned it and said sorry, she could have been on this season. But actually, I'm glad she's not, because I feel like it just got too heavy, right? And all the ladies were really divided, and we didn't really get a lot of moments like this. Like, it was totally fun to see the girls like do choreography for Candiace's music video and everything. Like, even though Karen and Gizelle have their moments, they're still able to come together and still have fun with each other. So that's great to see. So that was a cute scene. Later on, Karen, she gets the key to the city, I guess her hometown, right? I love Mia's outfit with that little see-through trench coat. I thought that was so cute. With the blue top and blue pants. I really like that look basically. And nothing really much to say. Oh, yes, there is something to say. This is what I'm telling you about Karen, guys. This is the thing about Karen. She's so underhanded, right? Like, she's very good at playing this mother role, but it's not sincere. It's really not. Because the fact that she is starting a candle line, and of course Wendy has her candle line as well, but like when Wendy came to her asking for advice, Karen should have said something. I know at the end of the day, it's just a candle. It's not a big damn deal, right? But still, like, if someone came to me, I would say, oh, hey, I'm actually doing the same thing. For the fact that you chose not to say something, that's what makes it shady. At the end of the day, you don't owe Wendy anything. You could do whatever you want, right? But you should still say something. And then for the fact for her to say, oh, well, Wendy's candle is 1 wick and my candle is 3 wick, so it can cover more of an area. So you're insulting Wendy's candles, and you're basically saying your candle is superior. At the end of the day, it's a dumb candle. Whatever. Who gives a F, right? Okay, there are people out there that are serious about candles, and I'm sorry if I offended you. But it's a damn candle. But Karen is just shady. I like Karen for the show, but I'm not buying this mother roll crap. And you'll see, Wendy. You'll see, just like Candiace. You can't trust none of these ladies. I'm telling you. People come for Gizelle, but I feel like Karen and Gizelle, they're very, very much alike. Well, they're not alike, right? Gizelle will let you know to your face if she's not feeling you and if she doesn't like you, right? Karen will smile in your face and play nice, and then behind your back, you know, talk crap and do shit. Like, that's the type of person Karen is. So it depends on what you like. I find them both entertaining and good for the show either way. So Gizelle, Candiace, Escala, and Robyn, they play tennis. Another cute, funny scene from the ladies. I enjoyed it. So after, you know, everybody's so hard on Candiace. I just don't understand it. I guess everybody's hard on everybody, but I feel like people are particularly hard on Candiace, and I don't really feel like she deserves it. Can she be annoying at times? Yes, right? But like I said, I feel like you don't have to like somebody to acknowledge that they're good for the show or they add to the chemistry. And I just like the way Candiace is vibing with everybody, and Candiace is being the in-between guy and the peacemaker. And what I love about Candiace, which other people hate about Candiace, is that I hate to bring up Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills, like, The annoying thing about Beverly Hills, like I said 1,001 times, they don't know how to stand up to one another and speak their mind. What I love about Candiace, she can call Gizelle and Robyn out for their shit, right? When she said, okay, that sounds like some green bandit nonsense, we don't need that. She's able to call them out, but at the same time still be their friend and still joke with them, you know? And that's what I like, right? I don't like to watch someone that is just so focused on getting along with everybody that they don't really give their real opinion. So I'm enjoying Candiace. Now, I reflected on this. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think Wendy was being a little too hard on Robyn and that her energy should have been more Gizelle, which it was, and Ashley? I don't know, because I do, like, yeah, Robyn and Gizelle do come off as a package deal, and I do kind of get how it could be frustrating for Robyn. Like, if Gizelle does shady shit, if Gizelle does something, immediately people want to lump in Robyn with that. But the thing with Robyn, you do back Gizelle up, right? You don't say, if you guys are a group of friends, yes, you may have a best friend within that group. But if your best friend does something shady all the time, multiple things shady, and you never really call them out in the group, you can call them out privately. But if you don't call them out in the group, then it's understandable why the group may look at you and lump you in with your best friend and may feel like, oh, well, you feel the same way, right? But I also understand that that's part of being a good friend, I guess, is to have their back in public and then privately say, hey, you did too much or you went too far. So I can't blame the group for reacting to Robyn in a certain way, because Robyn, I mean, that's who you choose to stand beside, right? And if someone's going to judge you based off of that, they're going to judge you. And even in that moment when Wendy was upset, you were trying to dismiss her feelings by telling her she's overreacting. So she gave it to you too, because if Gizelle is talking crap about her, I mean, it's not much of a stretch for her to think that Robyn is right along there talking crap about her too. I do find it a little... Robyn did make a good point, I have to say, when I remembered last season too, when Robyn and Juan got engaged and Wendy's like, like, she's just acting so hype. And it's like, dude, you just met Robyn. You don't even know her like that, but you're so excited. You're acting like you've been her best friend for decades, and then you're like so ecstatic. Finally, you're getting back together. She was so extra in that moment. And yeah, I do find it kind of funny that you're so extra and excited in that moment, but as soon as that person does something you don't like, boom, you come for her in that way, right? And I mean, I don't blame her either, because Robyn and Juan, I don't know, that's a shaky relationship, right? And she knows that, so she was probably like, you can't come for me and look at your situation. But I don't know, I don't really think Robyn spoke too much on her relationship. I think Robyn just spoke more on her behavior. So yes, I can understand why Robyn sort of fell away, right? But I think Wendy was definitely mad. And it was also a funny scene when Gizelle was saying, okay, Wendy, whenever you're ready, let's get together and have a conversation. And when Wendy's just turning her head to the side, running her hands through her braids, and Giselle's like, I don't want to talk to your braids, Wendy, I want to talk to you. But yeah, I mean, I don't blame Wendy for being cool off of Gizelle. Robyn, Wendy should give Robyn a chance. You forget Ashley as well, but I don't know, I'm just thinking strategically for the show. You don't want to isolate yourself from cast members in which you don't really have drama or beef with. So on the way back, because Karen got the key to the city or whatever, they're in the car, right? Mia, Wendy, and Karen. And Mia goes and says that Gizelle said that she was a weak bitch and she shouldn't be in the group. I do get what Mia was trying to say. Like, Mia did say in that moment, she may have not used those words, but it was something like that. And Mia wasn't wrong. Gizelle was saying basically, like, if you're a weak bitch, get out of this group. AKA, don't be on the show. That's what Gizelle was kind of saying. But still, Mia, especially if two people are fighting, the last thing you want to do is add the word bitch into the mix, especially if that person didn't say that. The sentiment was right, but the wording was totally off. Mia's being messy, right? Which means she's great for the show. Let's just be real. Mia is definitely getting into the mix and stirring the drama, right? I just hope, a little stirring is good, but don't do too much, right? Don't do too much. So the ladies, they come together and they're having dinner, right? Robyn, unpopular opinion, but I'm liking Robyn this season. I don't know, like, previous seasons, I didn't dislike her, but to be honest, I didn't really have a strong opinion of her, right? I just saw her more so of, being kind of up Gizelle's bum a little bit. I mean, she still is, but I feel like I don't know, like, I feel like I'm seeing more of her personality. She's a little bit more feisty, so I'm enjoying her this season. I am. And that when they're at dinner and Ron calls and she's like, hello, my non-existent partner, and kind of having that whole bit, that was funny. I thought it was. That was a cute moment. And I liked how she just, said, Wendy, like, are you ignoring me as well or just Gizelle? And they had their back and forth, right? And they were able to get to a better place. But like I said before, I mean, listen, I get that Robyn doesn't necessarily, she's not the messiest on the cast. She's probably one of the most reasonable cast members, if I'm to be honest, like, out of all of them. She probably talks the least amount of crap. Let me think about it. Yeah, I'm going to say she talks the least amount of crap, and she is probably the least messiest out of the cast members. Unpopular opinion. The problem is that when you're attached to Gizelle, one of the messiest cast members, it doesn't, and you're defending her in moments where she's getting called out, then I'm sorry, you're just going to get lumped in with her. Is it fair? No, but you're not exactly being fair when you're defending Gizelle, when she is going after people. So it's kind of a wash for me. Gizelle and Wendy, I mean, they seem to move on. They seem to kind of move past it. I think it's probably just gonna keep playing out during the season, but we didn't really get much from the scene. It was an interesting scene, but of course, what are they gonna do? They're not gonna stay mad at each other the whole season, so they have to move on. But I feel like that tension is gonna continue to play out. So overall, I mean, this was a good episode. I enjoyed it. The mid-season trailer looked good. The way they edited it and put it together was interesting. So I'm looking forward to this season. It seems kind of fast, right? It feels like the season just started and we're already getting a mid-season trailer. So yeah, I'm enjoying the season so far. That's all I gotta say, guys. See ya.